in the Delicate Dahlia Series. And so let's get started. Let me close up some of these pads from the last one. And, oh, we're gonna need that one though. Okay, so we're gonna start with a piece of basic black. And let's move that out of the way. And we'll move this out of the way and get my rhinestones out of the way. Okay. So we have a piece of basic black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I'm just going to fold that and burnish it with my bone folder, like that. And then I have a piece of basic white, and on this I am going to use my smoky slate, and we are going to stamp just one stamp on the inside of the. Just check that, make sure it's still got a little pink tint to it. So let me clean that off again. Get all that pink off. Okay, now I'm going to stamp this with gray, and I'm just going to put a little bit of a flower on the edge. And I should have cleaned my stamp on my pad. Okay, so see what happened? I got that gray. So let's clean off my spoon first. Make sure I don't have any pink on there, and let's do the gray pad. Let's just clean that to the edges and press it down. Okay, can't see it a lot on there, but we'll see it when we stamp. You'll notice the difference. So let's clean that off again. Just so I start with a fresh stamp, and let's ink it up. And I can already see a difference in the stamp. And look at that beautiful dahlia that I got. Okay, can you guys see okay? You can see all the way to the bottom, I hope. Okay, so let's attach this to the inside of the card. And I am using Stampin' Seal for this, just because I really like the Stampin' Seal. It is removable right after you put it on, so you can lift it up and shift it a little bit, very carefully, of course. But once you press it down, it's pretty much down. And I seem to have something pink on my thumb today that keeps appearing. Okay. Now, we have a piece of paper, Designer Series paper that we're gonna need to get out of our packet. And it is the one that has kind of splotches on it, this one. And that's the one we're going to use. So first we're going to cut that down to 5 1/4. Let me see, did I cut this down further? Let me grab a ruler. I'm not sure what my measurements are on this card. I didn't look, but it looks like it's about 5 inches. So I cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5. So let's do that. So that out of the way. 3 3/4 by 5. So let's start with our 5-inch side first. And then I'm going to cut 3 3/4 off of there. Okay. I wanted more of the black to show around the edges. Now, if you want less of the black to show, then cut it a little bit larger. Cut it at 4 by 5. It's already at 4, so cut it by 5 1/4 instead. All right, so then I took my, my large dahlia and my smoky slate, and I just stamped around the edges. See that? Because look at the difference in the color. And it just added to it. And we don't think about stamping on our DSP most of the time. So I just stamped around the edges to start up here in the corner. And know that a lot of it's going to be covered, but it's going to give you a little bit of a gray impression there. A little gray around the edges to match with your card. Just like that. I love it. I think that's really pretty, just like that. Okay, so then I attached that to my card base. So let's go ahead and do that. Oop. And there's no right side up. You just want to make sure that it is even. It's centered well. Okay, gonna go with that. All right, now for my flower on the front, what I did is I find that I do better, and everybody should try it both ways. You should try both ways and see what works best for you. I am a person who does better when she can see the outline of where she's going. So I am going to stamp my dahlia, my outline first, and just go right up in here, just like that. And get a good impression there. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to come back with my smoky slate and the fill, because this is a two-step stamp. It's distinctive and two-step. That's pretty amazing. And I'm going to ink that up on my pad here in my smoky slate, and I'm going to find the direction. So what I'm looking at is I'm going to look at that little part right there that has that funny little jet out, which is right here. So I think, nope, that's not it. Where is that thing? Is this it? So you have to find something to line it up with, something that really pops out. Okay, so that one's not working for me. So let's go for these little things down here. Or this. This is a real skinny one right here. So this is going to be right there. And so what I'm going to do is look and see how the rest of my stamp is lining up. And once I think I have it lined up, I'm going to go for it and press it down. And there we are. So I didn't clean my stamp pad this time, so I didn't get a really crisp, clear image. So, because I didn't, the ink came back to the top of the pad because I had closed it. And so, but it's good. It works because I think the black outline helps with that. Excuse me. Okay, so then I'm going to stamp my happy birthday, which came from Calming Camellia, which will be one of my upcoming classes, and it will be a limited edition class again because I can only get so many of those. If you have the opportunity to earn those, I would say go for it. If you can get a couple friends together and place a $300 order, that is the way to do it. And then, or a couple of friends collect their orders and place a $300 order, and then you can get the benefits of it, the hostess benefits. So anyway, okay, so now we're going to take a piece of black baker's twine, and I'm going to tie a loose knot in the middle. And I mean a loose knot. So I'm just going to go fold it in half, put the two together, and I just want like that. I don't want to pull it tight at all. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to trim the ends. I need a new pair of paper snips that'll cut my ribbons because mine are worn out from cutting paper. Okay, so now we're going to put some adhesive on the back. Oh, let's attach this to this layer first. So we'll attach our white to our black. Then we'll wrap it around both. Just centering it again. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to put some adhesive here, maybe. Okay. And I am going to wrap this around, but I'm going to spread it out. So I'm going to put my knot in the center first. And then I'm just going to pull this one down here, this one up here. Real simple, guys, but it's a different look. Just kind of makes for a different look. It's kind of fun to do something different once in a while, huh? And there we are. If you don't like that, you can tie a bow. You can do whatever you want to do with your baker's twine. And then I'm just going to attach that to the center here, just like that. Really a simple, easy card. You need that because I know what's coming up on the next card. They're going to make you work on the next one. So thank you for joining me for this, and I will see you soon.